So guys, one of the ways that I decluttered my space and also my life this week was by decluttering my keyring. So if you saw my keyring before, I used to have like tons and tons of keys on this bad boy. So you know, my bike is locked up outside, so I've got many locks or many keys for the many locks on my bike to keep it safe and secure. So before, my keyring had so many keys, and actually, like, because it's coming towards winter time, I'm not cycling at all, to be honest, so I wasn't using those keys on my keyring. And then I also had like some other like not coupon stuff, but I don't know, like these are like shop barcodes, like so you can, you know, so you can save points when you're shopping. So I've got a Tesco one here. I also had a library card, sort of like whatever this thing is called on my keyring. There were just like tons and tons of stuff on my keyring, and actually it was causing me a bit of stress and overwhelm because a lot of the things that were on my keyring I very rarely use. Like my bike locks I very rarely use now because it's just like raining and pouring and really cold outside, so I'm not cycling, and I very rarely went to the library, so like why did I have my library card on my keyring, and just some other like random BS kind of thing. So this week I just removed a lot of the junk and I've just left myself with the core keys that I need. So this is my key for my locker at work, this is my security swab for getting into the flat, this is my one of the keys to my front door, and this is the other key to my front door, and then I've just got my retail coin thing so that I can use trolleys for free instead of like having to search for a £1 coin in my wallet. So literally I've decluttered my keyring, and this has, it may sound so like mundane to you, but it has like created a lot of space. Like it's made me feel less stressed just by decluttering my keyring. And actually it's reminded me that, you know, it's kind of related to cleanliness is next to godliness. So you know, what I found in my own personal life, I found that my exterior environment, like you can tell how Rachel is feeling by just looking at her exterior environment. Like if my room is messy, if things are all over the place, if, you know, it's dirty and hasn't been cleaned, or just even if it's just like messy, automatically that's a sign to you that I'm feeling stressed internally, that things aren't quite right, that I don't feel secure and in control of things. And you know, just allowing and this goes into the second thing actually, because allowing my room to get messy and cluttered, it's just a reflection that I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed internally. And even little things like the keyring helps, like just decluttering this has produced a lot of like mental space and clarity, I feel. So I think it's really good for us just to have a think about some of the areas in our lives that we can declutter and that we can create some space, you know, and just by creating space in our external environments, whether it's our bedrooms, our kitchens, our keyrings, our handbags, just emptying that out and like throwing away old receipts or old lipsticks or whatever it is that is like at the bottom of our bags that we don't need, or that is just like weighing our bags down, that can create a lot of like mental clarity and just make us feel lighter, basically make us feel lighter on our paths, on our spiritual journey. So that's one thing that I learned this week. And then also I tidied my room this week as well. So one thing I realized was that my room was just getting chock-a-blocked with things. Like when I moved, I'm in my parents' house again, so I'm back in the bedroom that I grew up in. And when I first moved back home in March, I like redid this bedroom. So I repainted, well, I didn't do it straight away, to be honest, I did it like a few months later, but I ended up repainting the bedroom. I got some new furnishing in, I like laid down a new carpet, all of that stuff to kind of to kind of like make it feel like new and fresh, and like how my old place was when I was living by myself. Like the interior, the look was all a great reflection of me and I wanted to make my childhood bedroom feel like it's a bedroom for the adult Rachel. So I redid it kind of thing, and there was lots and lots of space in my room. I got, you know, I'm trying to be minimalist, so I like got rid of a lot of junk, But over the past few months, I've just accumulated some things, and I just started to feel like really quite squashed. And I just felt like quite overwhelmed because my room was getting messier and messier. I was accumulating more and more stuff somehow. And I just felt like this wasn't the room. This isn't the room that I want my room to be like. So this week again, I decided just to clear up and clear out. So I got rid of some stuff that I don't need, that I don't use. I threw out the rubbish as well. So like my parents don't recycle, but I recycle. So I keep my recycling bag in my room because I know my parents aren't going to do it. So like all our recycling stuff, I put it in a plastic bag in my room, and then I take the bag to the recycling bin. So like but that was just building up. I hadn't emptied it out for the past couple of weeks or so. So I threw out the rubbish as well. You know, I moved some of the things that I don't use every day into the spare room because there's no need for things I don't use on a regular basis to be in my bedroom. So I moved my guitars. I don't use those every day. In fact, I haven't even used those very recently at all, to be honest. But I moved my guitars to the spare bedroom because I just want my immediate space to be free of clutter, to be, you know, spacious, and just to be flowing, you know, so that energy can just flow freely without it getting blocked by all these objects and stuff like that. So those are some lessons that I've learnt this week, and just in terms of like being really intentional about our outward space, because I really do feel like our external environment is a reflection of how we're feeling internally. So if our rooms or our living spaces are, you know, really cluttered and drunked up or dirty, or just not the way that they're supposed to be, you know, in an ideal world, then it's a reflection that something is off balance internally, and we just need to take some time out to just reflect on life. And then also, if we do clear our external environment, it will create a lot of mental space and allowing space internally for us to just think again and just get clear about life and where we're heading. So those are some really important things that I've learned this week.